Okay, so let me give you a brief idea about this overall user interface which we are going to use for this whole duration of online coaching. And this time we are using our own app, so either the chance is that you are joining through your mobile phone app, smartphone app from Android device, or you have joined from your desktop. Now remember, I have already shared the way that you can join the class from your mobile phone as well as the way to join the class from your desktop and laptop. So now here I am going to show you the user interface, okay, how it's going to be. So right now the screen you are seeing probably is black. The reason it's black is that because I am not sharing any video stream with you. My video camera site is off from here, and generally it will be turned off. It will be turned on when we start discussing about the topics. For today I'm not going to turn on this, but the microphone is turned on, that's why you can hear my voice but cannot see me. Now the second thing here is that most of the time I'm going to share my screen in order to explain things with the help of PowerPoint or any other soft copy of the study content. So that's one thing, the black color thing in there. And the second thing is this chat and classroom site. Okay, so chat is a site where I can type in things. Say I write just hi, and it is visible here with the timestamp. So this is what you can see. On the other side we have classroom. In the classroom you can see how many people have joined. Right now currently I am only recording this video, so I am only single here, but here you can see all the students who joined this class. Okay, so if 20 students join, you'll see all their names are shown here, and the 100 students joined, their name will be shown here. So in the chat section you can always ask your query. Now regarding the query addressal, let me give you some simple idea about the query addressal. The thing is that query addressal is really important, and we know that you may have doubts, and we need to get into that and clear that doubt. Okay, but the thing is, when we discuss about a topic, I'll be involved in discussing, I'll be involved in explaining the topic in detail. So in that case I'll hide this chat from my side, and I will not go into the chat thing, because if I'm going to look into the chat throughout of the time, you will see probably almost in every second there will be some question or some comment is coming in. So it will be very distracting for me to continue the class when I am seeing the chat. So I'll be turning on the chat from my point of view at the end of the class, while you can type the question at the moment the question hit you, so you can write it throughout the class, but I'll address them at the end of the class. Okay, now at the end of the class I'll see the questions, and remember, I'll address the questions which are from the topic discussed in that day's class. Okay, so for example, we started with unit 2, and now you start asking about unit 5 in unit 2's class. I'm not going to take that question for that class. I'm going to take that in the unit 5 class. And one more thing is that, let's say we have covered 3 units, 1, 2, 3, and now we are at the 3rd unit. And that time you may have some problems related to the earlier discussed unit, that is unit 2 or unit 1. So if you ask any question related to unit 1 and 2 when we have already covered them, then I can also take that question and answer that. Okay, but any unit that we haven't covered yet but will be covering in the future, will not take that question and will not attain that question that time. Okay, so I hope that is clear. So this is how it's going to be, and whatever screen I'm going to share, you are going to see that. For example, let me share a PowerPoint with you at this present moment. Let me share a PowerPoint, for example this one. So how it's going to be, let me click this screen sharing. Okay, screen sharing. So I'll be sharing my screen from here, share. So here you can see the screen is visible probably. So this is the PowerPoint, this is how it will be visible, right, the PowerPoint. And whatever thing I'm going to explain, I'm going to take the colors and all, so what things I can write in the PowerPoint, you are going to see that, right? So this is how it's going to be, this is how it's going to apply in your case. This is what you're going to see now. You're going to see a full screen with the question, in this case the question slide. So I still have not turned my video camera on, so you cannot see me. For question answer you don't turn it on because I need to write many things and my video feed may cover that. But for general class explanation, I'll turn my video camera on always, so that you can see me while explaining. Okay, so that's kind of it. Let's stop sharing and get out of this PowerPoint as well. So now we have stopped this screen sharing, and we are now back. And here you can see my Wi-Fi strength, the network status. Okay, and you can see full network is present in here. So these are the few things that I always need to tell you and provide you an idea about. For example, let me give you an idea about my speed test. Okay, so I'm going to tell you the speed of my broadband so that you get to know about it, because I want to be 100% transparent about it. So I'm currently running a class, and along with that I'm going to run this speed test to let you know that internet speed and internet stability that I have. You can see this ping is very important. 5 millisecond is, the lower the value the better it is. If it's 20 or 30 or 70 or 120, that's not good, but it's less is better. And the download speed and upload speed, the higher it's better. So in this case, in my case is 150 around Mbps. It's 143 at present, and upload speed is also 140 Mbps currently. Okay, so this is the kind of speed that I'm having. I'm running optical fiber and the fiber internet, and that's giving us 143 around download and upload speed with 5 millisecond. So apart from that, one more thing that you need to see is let's see this one as well as this one. Okay, this is another, so trial version, don't need to go through. So this one, I think I can click start, so it will check my speed. As it's saying, it's calculating grade. So what this jitter test actually tells us, it tells us about how stable your internet connection is. Okay, that means in internet we need to send some data and we need to receive some data. How fast your internet is sending and receiving data, that based on that they'll give you a grade. So in my case, you can see the grade is A+, the best grade possible. Okay, so in your case, you always find out the grade of your internet connection. It's going to tell you. So this is a grade, and there will be other websites that can give you numbers as well. The lower is the better. Let me write it, jitter test. Jitter and latency. There are two terms, jitter and latency test. Okay, let's move into this website, speed.cloudflare.com, and you can clearly, the moment you click on it, it will begin. You don't need to click any other things. It will start to check your internet speed and latency and jitter and every single thing. You can see now it will be running for several times in order to give you a average data. And you can clearly see my latency is 55.3 milliseconds and jitter is 5.25 millisecond. This is for example is a good internet connection, because in good connection means it will always be close to 50. The latency value will be close to 50 to 60 something. I mean, it must be less than 100 in order to have a glitch free classroom experience, online classroom experience. And the jitter must be less than 10. That should be the actual ideal values. So jitter less than 10 milliseconds and latency less than 60, 70 milliseconds. Even less than 100 will be working as fine, not a problem. So more than 100 latency, more than 100 millisecond latency, or more than 10 millisecond jitter may be a reason for trouble during the online classroom. Because many people may say that, sir, your internet connection is not good, we cannot hear, we cannot listen, the audio video sync issues, screen frozen, this type of issues may occur. So that's why I give you a clear idea that in my case, what I am running with, I'm running with this much of latency, 55.3, and jitter of 5.25 millisecond, which is graded as an A grade. Okay, you can see continuous grading is done with different time intervals of 1 minute. You can see still we get A+ grade. Okay, so until you have A grade, you have a good internet connection and you can just hear fine, just listen fine, just see fine. Okay, but anything compromised may have a consequence in your classroom experience. So remember the name of the websites. This first one, dslreports.com, tools/ping test. So I'll be giving you these links as well. And the second one is speed.cloudflare.com. The moment you click the link, it will start recognizing the latency and jitter. Okay, so both of them are crucial and important.